This is Louis, aka Louis the French Manette, and you're watching Schmoedown 9 Canada. With me on today's episode is my man. He's bubbly, he's sparkly, it's Soda.
Hey man, how's it going?
I'm good, you?
It's been a fun day. Did a run, got a new tattoo. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, show everyone your tattoo fast.
Yeah, let's see if everybody. It's kind of hard to see, but it's the Deathly Hollows made out of geeky items. I'll post. I can post it on the Schmoedown North website if anybody wants to see it.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm a tattoo enthusiast myself, so I always appreciate good art, man.
Yeah, how many do you have?
Oh fuck! I got my both of my lower legs done, my shoulder, I don't know if you guys ever.
Oh yeah.
So I'm getting there. I'll get my back done eventually.
Yeah, this is my third.
Nice.
Yeah.
Technically, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like around 8.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm covered up, man. I'm good.
Nice.
You've never seen me without clothes. I hope so.
Nor do I want to.
That being said, this is not Naked Louis talk. This is a Schmoedown talk.
Yeah, this is not Schmoedown 9 Canada after hours.
Yeah, well, even then. All right. That being said, let's start out with the first match we want to cover: Shannon Miller versus Silva Shrini.
Yeah.
This was a coin toss to me. This was either or, because Miller has a lot of hype around her. She's good. She's really good. Mm-hmm. But there was something slightly lacking for her to be like next step, right? And Silva Shrini had a long run of bad luck, and then she met the one and only Goddard himself, and something clicked. She had a lot more luck. Now, was that going to translate over to singles? That this match was going to answer this, and I think we got our answer. I don't think this is a fluke. I really think that although Silva Shrini takes it seriously, and you see she was bugged, she lost.
Yeah,
she might not be made for singles. She might be team's material.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And like you said, there was something missing from Liz Shannon Miller's game, and I think she found it, and she alluded to it in one of the interviews, and that is she's comfortability, because she's doing it from her home now instead of from the studio, so she's more comfortable. And I think that definitely helped her game, and also of course having a manager, but definitely. Being at home definitely helped her feel comfortable, relaxed, and ready to play. But yeah, you're right. I think Silva Shrini, I agree with you. She's more of a teams player. Needs that person to bounce off of.
Well, which sucks, because the Den really needs a push right now. They were so high for so long, and then it's the small dripping and like leaking of the points, and next thing you know, you're in the middle pack, and Silva Shrini. Needed to spark a little plug. Can't blame her though. There's a couple of things that if she would have followed her instinct and not spin away. The first spin she did, you can see she was almost comfortable, but it's not something Nora Ephron or was that it? Nora Ephron?
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not something we see often, right? So it could have been base stuff, but it could be very complicated stuff. We haven't seen that category often. But I think deep down inside, it kind of seemed like she wanted to go for it, but she went, safe. And sometimes in Schmoedown, when you play safe, you get safe results. And that's what kind of happened. I was hoping for a better performance, but I really can't blame Silva Shrini. I can blame Liz Shannon Miller. She's that good, though.
Yeah. What do you think of the challenge? I think it was a good challenge. It just unfortunately didn't go her way.
Remind me of the challenge.
Oh man, now you're putting me on the spot.
You can say big words, sir, but you must explain.
Yeah, god dang it. Oh, that's right. It was about I can't remember what the name of the movie, but the question was misleading because there was more than 2 leads.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's because what is a lead, right? So yes,
exactly.
Oscars, you get best actress, best supporting actress, but even then, it's very blurred line sometimes. Especially if a very big cast with more than one important person. If you are asking for who's the lead type of question, make sure the movie doesn't have confusing, lead roles that you can have multiple answers. If it is the case,
Mhm.
you do an answer with 30 seconds on a count saying name 3 of the 4. That would have worked, right? But going for specifically 2 when there's a potential 4, I agree.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a good challenge because it kind of came down to semantics, but no, it was a good challenge.
Yeah,
Just
and
unfortunately, like I said, didn't go her way. Same result either way.
no, it didn't. But at the same time, you can't blame them for trying. They're grasping at points, right?
Pretty much. Yeah, they
But
started off strong, but they're slowly sinking.
now, I'm curious because she is, a bit scary of a person. I would be scared of her, but
Of Rachel?
no, of the 2 dead mothers, especially
Oh God, yeah.
one in particular, Grace. Do you think like Christian Harloff and Grace like not hate each other, but do you think like Grace kind of like scares Christian for real, or that's more of a played up thing?
I think that's more of a played up thing, because yeah, she is intimidating, but she's not that intimidating. She's kind of got that. She definitely has that mean girl vibe when she becomes the lioness.
Mm.
But yeah, no, I think that was just all for fun.
It might just be fun, but I actually like what they're doing there.
Yeah.
The whole insight between Grace and Harloff, because Harloff, as much as I love him as commissioner, I miss those days that there's storylines actually involving him, right? Not just him being the voice, but him actually having some sort of, stakes into the storyline or into the exchanges with other players, right? And it's fun to see him banter back, and not just with the usual people, not with the Dagninos or the ones that annoy the crap out of him,
Oh yeah.
but new type of storylines. So it's good to see.
Speaking of commentator, what did you think of the addition of somebody from Call to Action as the guest commentator? I thought it was pretty cool to see a fan up there.
Yeah, Michelle. If you're listening, this is not your name. I'm sorry, but I think it was Michelle.
No, not even close.
No,
No.
I tried. Yeah, okay. I really tried. But for the aspect of having a fan, I would actually like to know the backstory. Was Ellis sick? Was he off to Vegas doing his shows? That being said, whatever happened, I'm happy because she was really interesting.
Yeah.
She seemed like she still wanted to settle in a bit, but she didn't seem awkward. She didn't seem out of place, right?
Yeah, 100%. And honestly, I think it was just Harloff just trying to give somebody a break is all it was. Yeah, no, Danny did a good job on the desk.
It's Danny?
Yeah.
Michelle, Danny, close enough.
But no, she definitely did a good job. She definitely fit right in. And, it definitely opens up the possibilities to potentially bring in more people from the fan reactors, Harloff, to do commentary. So I think, no, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool first step.
Well, like I'll do my own. Hey, just screw it. You and Baby Carrot's take a vacation. Me and Soda are gonna take over for one episode.
Yeah, exactly.
And then crash and then crash and burn and have therapy bills. But hey,
yeah, you're not wrong.
But yeah, it was overall. If I would have to give a rating to this match, it was a C plus. I mean. It was fun. There's nothing that really, was grabbing my seat. Like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? From the very get-go, you can see that Liz Shannon Miller has the edge, and she never let it up.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see further because she's good. We saw her, at her A game, but to be in the other rounds and to make it their final A game is not enough anymore. It's really the AAA players, the players that just don't just know movies, but know strategy like the back of their hand and are synced up to their managers. Do you think she can go to that level, or she's already that level? We haven't seen it yet.
I think it's the latter. She's already at the level. We just haven't seen it yet, and I think we're gonna see it because now that she's actually feels comfortable, and like I said, it's all because she's doing it in her living room. I think we're gonna see the potential that was predicted a couple years ago when we heard that she knew more than Ethan Irwin.
All right, And for the faction wise, right? What does Den do right now?
I don't. I would definitely not hit the panic button.
Because I have a feeling it could be like that, right? They didn't seem to be that shaken, but someone's got to give, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you push your players and put more pressure on them, or do you just let them do their thing, right? Because they need to do points, but they also need people who to lead examples. So how do you find that?
Well, if this is gonna be done like a sports league, you have to lean on your top players. Like that's what happens when the game is on the line. You usually cut a line, and you play your top six or your top nine, the people you know you can get it done. So that's what the Den and pretty much what any of the lower tier teams right now have to do is they have to push their top players if they want to not finish last.
Yeah, but again, it's a fair balance of pushing. We'll talk about in a couple minutes, but Sam Levine even said, I don't want to put too much pressure. This is not, a match to break everything, which actually it was a bit.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to give that pressure. So and he's last, and he kind of seems to be giving up. But if you're the Den, if Quirky Mercs can do a jump that fast in that short of a period of time, there's still hope for the Den.
Yeah.
But I just wonder what kind of approach they're gonna do, especially it's two cooks in the kitchen. It's not just one, right? So I'm really curious. I would love to be a fly on that wall or on that webcam, I should say.
Yeah. No kidding. Yeah, so the one I laugh at, like, slip behind the scenes, Sam's like slowly ripping his hair out. And that's like a wig he's wearing.
Yeah. No wonder he had no air conditioning before he threw it out the window by the stress.
Oh, that wasn't him. That was Roxy.
That was right. Oh, I thought it was him.
Wrong match.
What do I know? So yeah, let's go and transition to the second match. All right. So if you're, a return viewer to the show, we know that, no love lost with Snyder. Never been a fan. I'm still not a fan. I don't know him as a person, but I have a feeling the person and the character are pretty close together.
Yeah.
That being said, in my mind was like, okay, Snyder's got to give. He's been on a slump lately. Matano is, he is an unknown factor, even though we've seen him a bit. But I did not know what was going on. I just did not want to see Snyder win, to be honest. It is what it is. Now, before the match, you have the card in front of you. Who were you picking?
Snyder.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I know what Snyder has done. He's coming off a lengthy layoff, so he's had his time to recharge his batteries and get his head straight. And a Snyder that's focused is a dangerous Snyder.
A happy Snyder is a dangerous Snyder. He was happy. He was making the weirdest faces, and
yeah, he was a happy dick.
Yeah, it was a really happy dick. And look, I actually prefer this Snyder than the whiny schmuck that just
that gives up
and flip tables when he deems what was that 5-pointer. Like, it's the game, right? But having this Snyder, it was more enjoyable. I'm not gonna root for him. He does his job well. I don't like him. He's a heel. Again, probably would take a beer with the guy, but the character wise, he does his job, and maybe too well for me because it irks me.
Yeah, honestly, him and Roxy are a perfect match together.
She was not as bad this time. Like, again, we talked about it before, but I think you guys are right. It depends who the manager versus manager for her, right?
Yeah.
Meaning she's not going to act the same way with, let's say maybe a Winston because of the jabs, but with this current manager or against a Shannon she hates. But she's not obnoxious when she's not into her rivals, right? Which was more fun to see. And also, Snyder didn't need that as much. I think her and Snyder has such a different connection that she can be more and more herself and less of the character, right?
Yeah, and I mean, if honestly, like Roxy's thing is to get under the skin of opponents, but Snyder does that well on his own. He's really good at it.
Snyder does that in a toilet bowl via Twitter more. He can just post one thing and the whole community explodes.
Yep.
Another thing I have to mention is Snyder. Look, you can wear whatever you want, but your yellow coat nearly blinded me, sir.
Are you kidding? He unzipped it and you saw his pants partway through. That for me is like, dude, put on a shirt.
Well, technically, I'm not better right now, but
put on a shirt.
But yeah, it's like the fashion choices sometimes, man. It took my eyes a couple minutes to adjust to that yellow Kill Bill wannabe thing. But yeah, I got a hat into him. He showed up. He did his thing. He felt a bit more like the Snyder of the old, which Rockstars needed. They need a leader as much as he, for me, he's like a Hana, like I don't care what people say. He tries to not be liked. He loves not being liked. So I don't like him. But they still need a leader no matter what, right? And he's stepping up for now. And I'll be very, very, very
on
specific.
The plus side for the Rockstars, both Schneider and Andreyko have advanced in the second round, so it's both of their top hitters.
Yeah, for sure. And you might have surprises too.
Yeah.
Who do you think? Let's say if you have to pick one to go further, Andreyko or Schneider?
Andreyko, because unlike Schneider, Andreyko doesn't let his emotions get to him. Because not as bad because we have seen Snyder get the wrong category and just completely, I'm done. We've never seen Andreyko do that.
Well, like again, maybe not, but behind the scenes, we don't know the person. It's just, but I have a feeling Andreyko was a bit more emotional. Just things are not always shown.
He is. Don't get me wrong, but I'm talking about in the game from bell to bell.
Okay, so not emotional, but
not emotional. I'm talking. Well, I'm
more focused.
From bell to bell, he doesn't let things get to him.
Okay,
whereas Snyder has, and we've seen it before. Like you said, the aforementioned table flip when he got 70s and completely, done. Right?
No, right for sure. I get what you mean. And again, that shows me how different they are, and that's where their name, their team name comes from. How weird it is, but he doesn't give up, Andreyko, and he has less of snarky, creepy comments. I have to. I'm trying to figure out Snyder. I mean, he is the example. Like we keep talking about Snyder on, he's good, he's bad, he's up and down, etc. But we forget sometimes that when we talk about the old school players that are still around, right, that are, very knowledge based and not as much as, studying and preparing and, street smarting it a bit, but really go with their brains. Snyder is one of them. He's one of the rare, like a Roca, like a Dan Murrow, like a Bibiani, to transition into the new school. Mm-hmm. And he's one of the rare ones to still not apply the new methods, because we know Roca will do some stuff. Murrow really takes it seriously.
Some stuff, Roca does a lot of studying.
Okay, okay. I don't know his extent, but he does a lot. He does some studying, a lot more than Snyder, I can guarantee, with his comments that I did a brush up 30 minutes ago. So he's one of the only or rare. Correct me if there's another one, maybe Duralde, but he's not from that old school league, right? Yeah. He's one of the rare that just uses his brain, plays the same way as when he played when he was the Patriots, not over jinxing himself. Now I wonder how well that kind of style, because I'm watching Schmoedown, more and convinced that every player is gonna fall into the type of style and type of category. Like in hockey, you got grinders, snipers, playmakers. We're gonna have these types of people in the Schmoedown. And I'm wondering if Snyder's style of old school brains only is gonna carry him.
I have a feeling it's gonna come back to bite him in the ass, and he's gonna hit a wall with that, and then he's either adapt or die.
Yeah. Well, we shall see, my friend. Look, this was going to be a very short episode. But that being said, thank you very much, Soda, for for assisting me, because who wants to watch me talking to myself about Schmoedown? No one. We need the soda.
No, we need viewers.
All right. So look, if it's not already done, press that subscribe button. Click the like. Hey, notifications is always a good thing to have. Don't miss a thing. We are getting out more and more videos, anything to do with Schmoedown, and also visit either on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, any of your good podcast providers. Schmoes in the North. We have a multitude of shows that don't just cover Schmoedown, but we cover movies, life, wrestling, a bunch of stuff. All right, so if people want to, find your stuff, find what you do, where can they find you?
Okay, deep breath. You can find me at soda_the_Saxon on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me running the Media Sweaties Network Twitter handle. And you can find me every week over on Media Sweaties Network on the show Get Sweaty, where we break down movies, sports, what happened in the week with the content creators. And we usually end with our top 5, what have you. This upcoming week is top 5 TV show characters.
Nice. How did the top 5 music go?
Very, very good. There was not a similar pick in the bunch.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. And you can find me, if you want to find me on Twitter, look, it's the Norton Schmoes on Twitter. It's the official Schmoes in the North Twitter account. It's basically my personal Twitter at the same time. I let people share it, apparently.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, I like to be in control of certain things. That's one of them.
No kidding.
You can also find me on the podcast that the Frenchie talks about and the Frenchie watches on Apple and Spotify. And you can sometimes find me guesting, not this month, but probably next month, guesting on Movie Lovers United with John. I guess pretty often that I'm pretty much part of the furniture out there in the podcast world. All right, so
you're the Marco Lounger that needs to be kicked to the curb. No. I'm kidding.
Someone's gonna pick me up. I just hope it's not a fat guy with herpes.
That one's like to be shot. Oh.
Yep. All right. On that note, bye-bye.
Oh.